Hey, are you ready for a new story? Let's open today's story. Today, we're telling the story, The Whirligig Heart of Luloo, a story about being yourself. Let's go!
This is my story. My name is Luloo, and today I'm 20 years old. Recently, I discovered I'm autistic, and it was like finding answers to so many things I felt when I was little, but couldn't yet explain. My curly, short, chocolate-colored hair is always bouncing, and my glasses, they are like enchanted windows to observe the world in vibrant colors. I love frogs, mushrooms, and kittens, They seem to hold quiet secrets just like mine, hidden in every leaf and every meow. When I played with other children, it was fun. I would laugh and run, but phew, soon I'd feel a tiredness that pulled me home like an invisible magnet. Is Luloo mad? My little friends would ask with confused faces, but it wasn't anger. It was just my body saying, Luloo, it's time for a quiet corner to calm your senses. You see, the world is sometimes a bit too noisy for me, and I need time to organize all my thoughts. At home, I love to spin around the kitchen table with my colorful headphones on. 1, 2, 3, 4. The world became calm when I spun. It was like dancing a ballet just for me. I still love to dance today, but in my own way. At school, I tried to follow the perfect steps just like everyone else, but my feet seemed to want to tell another story, and that's okay. It just took me a little while to understand that. Oh, and there was something very special about me. Touch. I loved giving really tight hugs, those bear hugs, but only to the people I felt understood me and made me feel comfortable. But if someone touched me by surprise, even my parents, it was like a loud alarm went off inside my head. My whole body would shrink and I'd let out a scream. At school, this sometimes became a big fuss. If a classmate accidentally bumped into me or tried to touch me to play, I would get so startled that I'd end up screaming and crying. The others would laugh, not understanding, and my heart would feel heavy. Why is it so hard for them to understand? I'd think, feeling warm tears stream down. My parents would call me, Luloo, time to put away your toys, and I, sometimes didn't hear. It wasn't stubbornness. It was just that my brain needed a little time to switch from one thing to another, and my room, my room. It was like a treasure map, and I knew exactly where every little piece was. If someone tidied it up, it was like scrambling a puzzle in my head. My tummy would even bubble, and then it would take a long time for me to want to go in there again. Washing dishes? I didn't like that, but the water running over the plates, the foam, splash, splash. I would get lost for a long time there. The feeling of the water was so nice. I had very special friends. Fluffy and Pip, my imaginary friends. They understood everything about frogs, mushrooms, and the worlds I created. One day, at the park, I met Leapy with his big glasses and a smile that lit up the afternoon. Then came Nina, with colorful braids and a notebook full of poems, and Zeka, with her contagious laugh and passion for stories. They didn't ask why I left early or why I liked to spin. They just understood. Once Lipe quietly asked me, Luloo, do you mind if I hold your hand to go to the slide? And he waited for my answer without rushing. That day, I held his hand, and it was like holding a piece of sunshine. With Lipe, Nina, and Zeka, my world became even more colorful. They listened to my long conversations about ancient languages and strange melodies. They waited while I observed a mushroom for a long time. They even spun around the table with me. One day, Lipe asked me, watching me spin, Luloo, what do you think about when you spin like that? And I answered with a big smile, I think about how round the world is and how we all spin in it, each in our own way. Nina, with her bright eyes, said, It's like the poetry you taught me, Luloo. Life is a rhythm, one step at a time, different and beautiful for each of us. It was then I understood, having friends who welcome you and love you just the way you are is like finding a treasure. And I, Luloo, am the happiest treasure in the world, with my friends who, just like me, are unique and special. And the best part? They always tell me I'm good at everything I do, even when I doubt myself. They taught me that being different is being extraordinary, and that is pure poetry. To be myself, I don't need a guide. I have my own rhythm, my own stride. I'm not the same, and that's okay. Everyone's unique in their own special way. But when a friend takes my hand, I feel whole across the land.
I learned so much from this story. I learned that knowing yourself brings answers. Understanding she is autistic helped Lulu finally make sense of what she felt. The world can feel overwhelming. Sounds, touch, and changes can be intense, and that's part of who she is. Everyone has their own rhythm. Not everyone works the same way, and it's okay not to follow the same pace as others. Respecting your limits matters. Needing quiet, breaks, or time to adjust is not a problem. Not everyone understands, and that can hurt. Lack of understanding can bring sadness and confusion. Being accepted changes everything. When someone understands and respects you, everything feels lighter. Small gestures are powerful acts of care. Asking, waiting, and respecting someone's space makes all the difference. True friendship accepts. It doesn't try to change you. Lulu's friends liked her just the way she is. Being different is a good thing. Differences are what make each person unique. Support builds confidence. Hearing kind words helps you believe in yourself. And you, what did you learn? If you liked this story, subscribe and turn on notifications for more. See you in the next story.